Hello students, this is your English lesson. In this lesson, we are going to read unit number 11, My Side of the Mountain from Oxford Modern English 5. First of all, words to know. Acorn, the fruit of the oak tree, a smooth oval nut. Aspen, medium-sized deciduous tree. Blizzard, a severe snowstorm with high winds. Cascades, flows downwards. Chickadees, small birds. Falcon, a bird of prey with long pointed wings and a sharp hooked beak. Hemlock tree, large evergreen coniferous tree. Hide, the dried skin of animal. Juncos, North American songbird. North Hall, a hole in a tree trunk where a branch has fallen out. Nuthatches, small songbirds. Slates, thin narrow pieces of wood. Small game, small birds and animals that are hunted for food, such as rabbits, ducks, and pheasants. Smoking, curing or preserving meat or fish by exposing it to smoke. Venison, meat from a deer. Weasel, a small carnivorous mammal. Wick, a string in oil or in the middle of a candle that is lit for burning. Now come to the reading. I am on my mountain in a tree home that people have passed without ever knowing that I am here. The house is a hemlock tree 6 feet in diameter and must be as old as the mountain itself. I came upon it last summer and dug and buried it out until I made a snug cave. Snug, comfortable, warm and cozy. Snug cave in the tree that I now call home. My bed is on the right as you enter and it is made of ash slates and covered with deerskin. On the left is a small fireplace about knee-high. It is of clay and stones. It has a chimney that leads the smoke out through a knothole. I chipped out 3 other knotholes to let fresh air in. The air coming in is bitter cold. It must be below zero outside, and yet I can sit here inside my tree and write with bare hands. The fire is small too. It doesn't take much fire to warm this tree room. It is the 4th of December. I think it may be the 5th. I am not sure because I have not recently counted the notches in the aspen pole. Notches, cut mark in the aspen pole, that is my calendar. I have been just too busy gathering nuts and berries, smoking venison, fish and small game to keep up with the exact date. The lamp I am writing by is deer fat poured into turtle shell with a strip of my old city trousers for a week. It snowed all day yesterday and today. I have not been outside since the storm began and I am bored for the first time since I ran away from home 8 months ago to live on the land. I am well and healthy. The food is good. Sometimes I eat turtle soup and I know how to make a corn pancakes. I keep my supplies in the wall of the tree in wooden pockets that I chopped myself. Every time I have looked at those pockets during the last 2 days, I have felt like a squirrel, which reminds me I didn't see a squirrel one whole day before that storm began. I guess they are holed up and eating their stored nuts too. I wonder if the Baron, that's the wild weasel who lives behind the big boulder, a large rock. Boulder to the north of my tree is also dammed up. Dent, a remote place, the habitation of wild animals. Well, anyway, I think the storm is dying down because the tree is not crying so much. When the wind really blows, the whole tree moans right down to the roots, which is where I am. Moans, groan, wail. Tomorrow I hope the Baron and I can tune tunnel out into the sunlight. I wonder if I should dig the snow, but that would mean I would have to put it somewhere, and the only place to put it is in my nice snug tree. Maybe I can pack it with my hands as I go. I have always dug into the snow from the top, never up from under. The Baron must dig up from under the snow. I wonder where he puts what he digs. Well, I guess I'll know in the morning. When I wrote that last winter, I was scared and thought maybe I would never get out of my tree. I had been scared for 2 days ever since the first blizzard snowstorm hit the Catskill Mountains. When I came up to the sunlight, which I did simply by poking my head into the soft snow and standing up, I laughed at my fears. Everything was white, clean, shining, and beautiful. The sky was blue, blue, blue. The hemlock grove was laced with snow. The meadow was smooth and white, and the gorge was sparkling with ice gorge, a narrow passage through land. It was so beautiful and peaceful that I laughed out loud. I guess I laughed because my first snowstorm was over and it had not been so terrible after all. Then I shouted. I did it. My voice never got very far. It was hushed by the tons of snow. Inspired by his fun, I poked my head into my tree and whistled. Frightful, my trained falcon flew to my fist, and we jumped and slid down the mountain, making big holes and trenches as we went. It was good to be whistling and carefree again, because I was sure scared by the coming of that storm. I had been working since May, learning how to make a fire with flint and steel, finding what plants I could eat, how to trap animals and catch fish. All this so that when the curtain of blizzard struck the Catskills, I could crawl inside my tree and be comfortably warm and have plenty to eat. During the summer and fall, I had thought about the coming of winter. However, on that third day of December, when the sky blackened, the temperature dropped, and the first flags swirled around me, I must admit that I wanted to run back to New York. Even the first night that I spent out in the woods when I couldn't get the fire started was not as frightening as the snowstorm that gathered behind the gorge and mushroomed up over my mountain. I was smoking 3 trout. It was 9 o'clock in the morning. I was busy keeping the flames low so they would not leap up and burn the fish. As I walked, it occurred to me that it was awfully dark for that hour of the morning. Frightful was leashed to her tree stump. She seemed restless and pulled at her tethers. Tethers tie up. Then I realized that the forest was dead quiet, even the woodpeckers that had been. Now come to the exercises. Comprehension. Answer the following questions. A. Where does the narrator live? Describe his home. Answer. The narrator lives inside a huge hollowed out old hemlock tree. The house is a hemlock tree 6 feet in diameter and must be as old as the mountain itself. 2. Why is the narrator unsure of the exact date? Answer. The narrator has lost track of time due to being busy trying to gather food for the winter ahead. C. How long has the narrator been living in the wild? Answer. The narrator has been living in the wild for over 8 months. D. What activities keep the narrator busy? Answer. The narrator is busy with finding and preparing food, improving his home, and tending to his fire. E. Which 2 animals has the narrator given names to and what are the names? Answer. The narrator gave names to a falcon and a weasel. Frightful is a trained falcon and the Baron is a weasel. F. How long has the narrator been inside because of the snowstorm? Answer. The narrator is stuck inside the tree for 2 days because of the snowstorm. G. What does the narrator do once the snowstorm has passed? Answer. He poked his head into the soft snow and stands up. He laughs. H. How does he feel during the snowstorm? Answer. He is frightened. I. How does he feel after the snowstorm? Give evidence about what he said and did to support your answer. Answer. He is very happy and relieved. He laughs and shouts that he did it because he is so relieved to have survived. He whistles. He is carefree. This question is more difficult. Discuss it first. J. What skills does the narrator have that have helped him survive in the mountains? Answer. The skills may be learning how to make a fire with flint and steel, finding what plants he can eat, how to trap animals and catch fish. 2. Answer the following questions with reference to context. A. I laughed at my fears. 1. What had the narrator been afraid of? Answer. Snowstorms in the winter. 2. Why is he laughing now? Answer. He has survived his first snowstorm. B. It was good to be whistling and carefree again because I was sure scared by the coming of that storm. 1. Who is the narrator whistling to? Answer. Frightful, his falcon. 2. What had happened to the narrator? Answer. He had been stuck in his home in the tree for 2 days during a snowstorm was happening. C. Then I realized that the forest was dead quiet. 1. Why does it take the narrator a little while to realize that it is quiet? Answer. He is busy working using the fire to smoke fish. 2. Why is it quiet? Answer. All the animals have gone into hiding. 3. What is about to happen? Answer. A storm is coming. B. Working with words. Change the following verbs to nouns by adding the correct suffix. A. Creator. B. Discoverer. C. Inverter. D. Investor. E. Protector. F. Detector. G. Commentator. H. Inheritor. I. Inspector. J. Objector. K. Actor. L. Contractor. To join these sentences using suitable conjunctions or relative pronouns. A. We wanted to see the film but we had no money. B. The dog ran into the road where it was run over by a lorry. C. The girl was crying because she had hurt her leg. D. Nasir had a broken toe. He was unable to play in the match, so he stayed at home. He read a book. E. The cat is drinking the milk which I put in the saucer. F. Eating the grapes off the branch was a fox whose tail was very bushy. G. The man stopped the girl because she had dropped a purse. H. The elephant ate the bananas that were going into a garden. I. The car was driven by a man who was very old. J. The letter was brought by a boy to whom I gave 10 rupees. Thanks for listening. For new videos, don't forget to subscribe my channel. And if you like my videos, please share and like.